Edgar Allan Poe, born on January 19 of 1809 and died on October 7 of 1849. He was an American writer, poet, critic, and editor best known for evocating short stories and poems. The Fall of the House of Usher. The character that narrates the story begins by talking about the sensation that caused him to see the house where an old friend lived, which he went to visit because he received a letter where he told him he was sick. The narrator decided to go out to the house of his friend Usher to visit him and stay a few days with him. During his stay, the sister of his friend dies, who was Usher's only company. The two decide to put her in a crib in the house. The house always had a strange and dark feeling, but one night the narrator felt more fear than normal and could not sleep. During the night, his friend Usher appears with a sickly appearance, more than usual, and they stay in the room reading a story when suddenly appears the sister of Usher, who was not really dead but, as mentioned in a part of the story, suffered a rare disease. When Usher saw her, died of fright, and the narrator ran out scared of the house. There are three main characters. The first one is Usher, that is a sad and lonely person with a mental and physical illness that caused his body to be deteriorate, pale and without strength. According to the narrator, Usher was happy in his childhood when they were friends, but when growing all changed. The second character is the narrator. Little talk about his personality, but he is an observer who lets himself be carried away by his emotion, a good friend who ran out to help Usher even though they did not see each other for a long time. He is in charge of telling the story and transmitting his feelings to the reader. And the third one is Lady Madeline, is the sister of Usher, who was the only one who was with him for a long time, also suffered from a rare disease that doctors had not been able to diagnose, which caused her a kind of temporary death. When this happened, Usher and her friend buried her, and she managed to escape. The Black Cat. The narrator starts talking about some events that happened to him regarding a cat, tells that since childhood he was a happy and a calm person with a deep love for animals. When he grew up, he married a woman who shared his taste and had many animals, including a black cat. Over the time, the narrator begins to have strong mood swings and falls into alcoholism, which led him to commit unpleasant acts against his cat, Pluton. First, he takes out an eye, which generates an internal struggle of remorse and anger that leads him to hang the cat. The narrator feels that all the guilt he carries can be replaced with a new cat, like Pluton. He gets the cat, but the feeling of anger and displeasure does not disappear. One night, annoyed by the cat, he threw a blow with an axe, but cannot hit him because his wife stopped him. The narrator kills the wife and hides her in the cellar walls, and the cat disappears. A few days later, the police went to investigate, and when they went down to the basement, there were some noises. The police opens the wall and finds the dead wife with the cat. The characters, the main one is the narrator. He is the main character of the story since he is the one who tells what happened to him. It is a tragic story that develops because of the murder of his cat by him. It all began with his mood swings and alcoholism, which led him to perform unpleasant acts such as killing Pluton and his wife. The cats, well, the first one is Pluton, who lives with the wife and the narrator, but suffers the loss of an eye due to the bad temper of his owner. Finally, the narrator hangs him in a tree and dies. The second cat is acquired as a replacement of Pluton. This second is one-eyed with a white spot on the chest, and that has a strange shape. He is trapped in the cellar with the dead woman.